Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time where we go on the Daily Mail website and look at the news. First up, stay at home, folks. The EU. Who remembers those guys? Who remembers those losers they're planning to make Britain scan their fingerprints and take their photo at the border, which is going to cause travel chaos? Wait a minute, it's May, June, July. We're heading towards holiday season, so we're going to see a lot of this. This is part of the new EU entry-exit system, the EES, which will check passengers' name and biometric data when they enter any EU country. Now, I don't know about you, but biometric data has been available for a long time. I remember going into America and they scanned our retinas. I'm sure they did. This was 20 odd years ago. They scanned our retinas. Can you believe that? Like we're in I don't know, a science fiction movie. But yeah, apparently this is a thing that they're going to be doing. French officials will carry out EES border checks at the port of Dover, Folkestone for the Eurotunnel, and St Pancras for the Eurostar. It's going to be great. Again, Dave, the pig fucker, says it's going to be great. Trust me. What EU referendum? It weren't me, Gov. It weren't me what done it. It was another David Cameron. It was that dodgy Dave Cameron what done it, Gov. I imagine that's what he's saying there. And this is the future. Don't go anywhere. It's always been like that because everyone goes away at the same time. So stay at home. I keep telling you, you've got to stay at home. You can't go anywhere. What else is there? Planning news. We do some planning news. This is a demolition job. Philip Gore, who owns the Lower Newton Farm in Shropshire, well, he decided to knock down this 30-foot dovecote, which was believed to be a last of an ancient moated farmstead that existed on Lower Newton Farm in Shropshire. He decided to demolish it, like you do, and he knocked it down. In whammo. Yeah, he didn't get consent before flattening the thing. So yeah, and he was hauled before Kidderminster Magistrates Court. Here is Kidderminster Magistrate Court. Oh, we've got all the architecture in today. There isn't a picture of the guy there ain't a picture of the guy what done it, which is a great shame. But yeah, it was grade 2 listed. It was on his land, but again, you can't go around knocking down grade 2 listed buildings. Chris Schofield, who's a cabinet member for planning and regulatory services at Shropshire Council, said this is one of the worst examples of deliberate damage and destruction to a listed building seen in the county in recent decades. But yeah, he was found guilty, fined £30,000 in order to pay a contribution towards the council's costs of £15,000 plus the victim surcharge of £190. The judge said the fine should be more than any potential financial gain by the defendant for the offence, and it should be a deterrent for those thinking of bulldozing Britain's heritage. They should make him rebuild it, shouldn't they? Apparently Shropshire Council became aware of the offence when Mr Gore submitted a notification for a new grain store on the site of the former dovecote. Councillor Schofield added, when officers visited the farm in March 2020, they found the dovecote demolished and the site levelled with hardcore in preparation for the new building. Altering or demolishing a listed building without consent is a criminal offence. No shit. There you go. So there you go. It's good. I think justice has been served, but he needs to rebuild like that, like the Crooked Pub. Remember the Crooked Pub? Dine and Dash is the thing. The Daily Mail have got an obsession with it now. We've got an update. This is well, it's not an update. This is a case of a Dine and Dasher who's been exposed. This is what they class as a serial Dine and Dasher. And though, is this Dine and Dash? I'm not really sure if this is, because Kerry Ann Stevens, you might figure out what she does for a living when you see the picture. I wonder what she does. Is she a pirate? No. She's not. She's a solicitor. But yeah, it's claimed that she ordered a takeaway from a kebab shop from Just Eat using Just Eat. Right. And then when he turned up with the meal, she shut the door on the delivery driver and didn't pay him. Now she claimed that she'd already paid online for the delivery, but at a professional tribunal they said no, and the poor driver had the cost deducted from his wages, so he ended up footing the bill for it. Miss Stevens was found guilty of 2 counts of fraud. So that's fraud at a magistrate's court, and has now been thrown out of the profession. Yeah, she was struck off, and the tribunal found her guilty of misconduct for her premeditated and deliberate acts. This was at the Solicitor's Disciplinary Tribunal, and yeah, the incident happened in January 2021 when she ordered £43.47 worth of food from a kebab shop via the Just Eat app. And apparently, this is interesting. This isn't the first time. She is a serial dine and dasher. The panel heard that a year before, Miss Stevens and her boyfriend ordered a £60.99 worth of food at Harvester restaurant in Rayleigh in Essex, and they got up and left without paying. So yeah, she'd been found guilty of that back in So yeah, she's a right one. So if you see this one coming, if she comes into your restaurant, so you want the money up front. There you go. So, and she's been struck off. And here they are. This is a very grainy CCTV image of them. So obviously, again, with shoplifting going on and dine and dashing, it's criminal out there. It's criminal. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, hey, good old Donny. Do you think he's going to be president? I've got to be careful what I say, because somebody on Facebook the other day, old Chuckles Savini, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think he thought I was a Trump supporter. I'm not. I mock everyone, whether it be Trump or Biden. I mock them all. But hey, it's going to be interesting to see when Trump gets back into power how things are going to happen. But yeah, Trumpy claims that immigration has left London unrecognisable. Yeah, and that Europe's opened its doors to jihad, and that he won't let it happen in the US. There you go. He doesn't get on very well with Mayor Khan. Is it the mayoral elections today? We don't get a vote, even though we're within the M25. I'm still sore about that. So what do you think? Is London unrecognisable? Look, London's always been a shithole. It's never been a good place. But yeah, London was built by the immigrants for the immigrants, and it's always been. All our capitals have been centres of cultural diversity because of them being ports. I had an idea. You know, the Rwanda plan. You know, and yesterday Dishi Rishi was like, he was doing the chicken walk. He was so happy because a guy voluntarily agreed to go to Rwanda, and they gave him 3,000 quid. Do you think I could do that? I just think you could do a couple of those. You could make quite a bit of money, couldn't you? You can make quite a bit of cash. There's a loophole in that. Anyway, I'm getting off the point. I was thinking, instead of sending our failed asylum seekers and refugees to Rwanda, why don't we send them to like Mexico, somewhere like that, and then they can go into America? That'd be good, wouldn't it? Why does it have to be Africa? I'm sure the Mexicans would want some of our money, but yeah. But yeah, it's all kicked off because in Ireland are moaning about the immigration situation. They're kind of blaming us because all of a sudden the Rwanda policy is successful. Not the fact that the Irish immigration problem been building for a long time. Again, Dublin is its city centre is rife with what is a tent city. They're dismantling it there. But yeah, there are quite a few YouTube videos. What's his name? Wendell? Is that the right name? He's a guy, and he went there, and it was yeah, Dublin's not the city it used to be. But that is geopolitics. That is what happens when you destabilise nations, folks. This all goes back 20 odd years to old Bush and Blair doing what they did, and then Cameron came along and destabilised. Oh God, just destabilised Northern Africa. It's just, and we wonder why these things happen. It's a domino effect. But yeah, the Irish are upset with us, to which we say, you're part of the EU. Let them deal with it. Oh dear. What else have we got? Oh dear. Here you go. This is a life hack. If you're travelling with a little person, and I'm not talking about someone like Warwick Davis. No, I'm talking about a child. A child. Lisa Flom. Is that her name? Flom? Why don't she might as well be called Lisa Flem. Flom? What kind of name's Flom? F-O-L-M. From Eden Prairie in Minneapolis. I'll get it right in a minute. Minneapolis, St. Paul. We've been there. In Minnesota. Got off the plane, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Brummy accent was coming over the tannoy. All right there, welcome to Minneapolis, St. Paul. What the hell? It's like Barry from Auf Wiedersehen Pet. It was quite bizarre. But I'm getting off the point. That was many years ago. She's sparked the anger from other people because she published a TikToky video to 800,000 followers. See, this is where I'm missing out. I should be abusing my children for views like she did, but she didn't. What she does is she velcros her kid to the seat. There you go. She puts some Velcro on. Now I'm sure that Velcro's sticky. It's going to leave a sticky mark, isn't it? But yeah, so she velcros her kid to the seat, and that way a little girl can't escape. And people are saying it's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, other people just say, well, why don't you bring your car seat? Yeah, but then you've got to carry it on the plane, and whereas Velcro strips, easy to pack. Yeah, people weren't happy with their treatment of weren't happy because is that a life hack you could use? Is that a life hack? But I do think there would be a sticky residue for the next passenger. Next passenger is going to be stuck to the plane seat too. Meanwhile, did you hear the thunder and lightning over Britain last night? I didn't. Verity did. Mrs. did. Me and Herb didn't. So, but yeah, we have pictures of damage. Is there any picture of the actual lightning? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, that's in Portsmouth. Oh, that's Medbury Mill in Chelsea in West Sussex. Oh, That's fancy. That's the Bembridge lifeboat station at the Isle of Wight. Ooh, it's exciting, isn't it? We've got some pictures of the damage, because here you go. This was in West Sussex in Elmer. Oh, that's not good, is it? It's not good. What else? Is there any other damage? Clicking through. Some nice pictures. But yeah, big thunderstorm. I think that's the only place, so there you go. Another 12 hours of thunderstorm chaos, we reckon. Okay. It's alright. Meanwhile, is it tonight? There's a Channel 4 documentary called Untold inside Britain's dogfighting gangs. Apparently, dogfighting is more lucrative than drug dealing, with winners winning up to £100,000 prize pot. There you go. And this is why you got your XL bullies, because I won't be watching that. I won't be watching that. Instead, we'll talk about. We'll go from one grisly story to another. Let's talk about the case of Colin Check. Here he is. He looks normal, doesn't he? This is Las Vegas crime news. Yeah, the 29-year-old is charged with murder after police found him covered in blood, and he was kneeling over a mutilated man. This was just off the Las Vegas Strip in a 7-Eleven car park. Apparently he beat the man to death, I reckon, and then ate his ear and eyeball. Yeah, cannibal. Witnesses who called 911. Was it 911? Is it 911? I can't. I read it 911 now. I think it's 911. At 4:45 in the morning on Sunday, after they saw Check tackle a man to the ground, and then he ate his face. And this is it. This is the 7-Eleven car park. Ooh. Should have just got a slushy instead, shouldn't he? Ooh. It's not good. Oh, we have the biggest selling vinyl of the century. I wonder what it is. Do you want to guess? Oh, it's really easy when you figure it out. It's really easy. No, that was second. That was second. Hey, see, you're not thinking. First one up, right? 40 million copies sold. Is Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. Yeah. Who'd have believed it, eh? Could you believe that? They've got a list of them here. They've got the rest of them. So yeah, at number one is Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. Second place is Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Third place, Nevermind by Nirvana. Fourth place, Oasis's What's the Story Morning Glory. Really? That outdid Queen's Greatest Hits? I'm amazed. Legend by Bob Marley and the Wailers at 6. Stone Roses. Really? Oh, I'm sorry, that can't. Who made this list up? Oh, it's the official charts company. Right. And that's worldwide. You're telling me that Oasis outsold Queen? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's just, who cares? No one cares. It's all going to landfill anyway, isn't it? All going to landfill. So yeah, we've got voting today, and of course we have dogs at polling stations. If you follow me on X or Facebook, I will post a picture of will it be Layla's first time voting? That will happen later on. Here we go. This is Mayor Khan. He's there. He's at St Albans Church with their dog Luna. The dog's saying, "Get me away from this lunatic. Get me away." This is the thing about dogs. Dogs, they love their owners. Even Sadiq Khan, you know. I mean, crikey, even Adolf Hitler had dogs. I'm not comparing him to. No, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying about the forgiving nature of the canine chum. What else have we got? Oh, here we go. This is Hector. He's at the polling station. This is Tees Valley Mayor Ben Hoochin's dog Boris, probably named after our fluffy-haired leader, ex-fluffy-haired leader. And this is just a Labrador. We don't know. We haven't got his name. It's Stocksbridge in Sheffield at the Bank View Cafe. And this is Stanley. He's going to be voting Green. Well, he is a dog. He's not that sensible. But Stanley, he can even though his mate Fido has had his cottlers taken off, he still knows that Fido's a boy dog. And he can sniff out a boy dog or a girl dog from quite a distance. Whereas the Greens, they don't know the difference between boy and girl dogs, so he might want to rescind his vote. This is it's just another dog. We don't know where it is though. Carolyn Gordon Wright's dog. It didn't put a name. And this is Billy the Labrador in Swindon. This could be our animal story. I've come in early at the animal story, but I've got a few animal stories left. This is China from Greece. She's a rescue dog from Greece. At St Albans Church. And that's Toby. He forgot his ID, apparently. Yeah, you've got to have your photo ID with you. Oh, God, I must remember to take my wallet. I used my provisional driving licence as photo ID. See, smart that. Freya and Lottie at the polling station, and this is Daisy just waiting patiently there. Murphy, he's in Gloucestershire. Rosie, but she wasn't saying who her owner voted for. Well, it's a private vote, isn't it? Marvel and Bell, and that's in Bexley Heath in London. And Ernie, he's gone to the polls too. He's the Welsh Terrier. And pups Luna and Coco went to their one with their owner Suzanne Baum, and he's a French bulldog. Natalie Forrester's French bulldog, and he's an old one. Look at that. This is from 1921. There you go. You got an old one all those years ago. So there we go. Some great dogs at polling stations. Like I say, Layla will be taking part after lunch. We'll head that way. So you haven't parked your bike at Canada Water lately, have you? You haven't parked your bike at yeah. You might want to order a new bike off Amazon. Yeah, that was at Canada Water in London, where a man just stole a bike and just drove off with it, just rode away. I've got so many animal stories, it's not even funny. Meanwhile, let's go to, this is the North Wales. This is the Almwich Town match at the North Wales Coast Football Association. I'm not even going to say what the other club is. It's Club Peldrud Penhundreth. They put 8 goals past Almwich Town, and yeah, this it got a bit heavy. It got a bit heavy on the pitch. Look what happened to the linesman. Look, he sucker punched him, and then everyone started to get a bit heavy. Yeah, that's not very nice, is it? Where else have we got? How much have I done? I feel like I've been blabbering on for a bit. Not doing that one. Here we go. I found our new place. Hey, we're going up market. This is Burley Mews in Derby, right? Here you go. It's a duplex studio, but it has a unique feature, and a feature I think many of us. I mean, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? Look, it's a bit small, Look, that's the I guess your living room and your kitchen. It's one of those it's a bit small, a bit probably not for us. And yeah, there's even a bit of a garden. I guess it's a shared communal garden there. But the feature that you might want to keep your eye out for with this place is let's just say your convenience is rather convenient. Yeah, they've put the toilet right by the bed. I think that's really good because I can just get out of bed, and then get back in, or even if have a freshen up, have a shower. Look at that. £795 a month. There you go. They squeeze it in, don't they? They squeeze everything in there. Can't do that one. Don't any more. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, does it ever end? I guess this could almost be an animal story. This is from Boston Dynamics. So once I've said that, you know what I'm going to be talking about. Though there is an advert, so we're just going to talk about Boston Dynamics is that company that does the robots, doesn't it? And we've got some more nightmare fuel for you. They've introduced a new creation called Sparkles. Right, and wait till you see this. Wait for it to queue up. Come on, Sparkles. Here we go. Yeah, they've put a kind of skin on the robot costume, and it's even more. Total nightmare fuel. Will you be buying a Sparkles? Leave your comments in the comment box below. Terrifying. But maybe this is the future. Don't have to take it for a walk. It can walk itself. Won't sniff other dogs' butts. I mean, that is definitely the thumbnail for the video. That is definitely the thumbnail for the video. Or maybe the other one with his friend. I don't know. But yeah, I think they do it just to troll us. I really do. You can see that there's a future coming. Meanwhile, we have cooking fails. But let's go there. Bored Panda have collated this picture of accidents waiting to happen in the kitchen. The Daily Mail have stolen it for them. I'm a modern day Robin Hood. I'm liberating it and giving it to you. Those are meant to be cookies, burnt offerings. Not good. A licorice cake, apparently. What? Apparently it's cookie dough. Have they put that in cling film? It's cookie dough in cling film. It looks like some sort of, I don't know, some bit large piece of meat. Okay, whatever. And corn dogs, apparently. Though you're probably out of draw with them. These are supposed to be croissants, but didn't really didn't do the twists, did they? Didn't twist them, so they've not really risen or done anything there. Blue mouldy spaghetti. Apparently, it'd been left in the microwave for possibly 3 weeks, and that's a poached egg. It might look like a spider's had its way with the pan, but no, that's a poached egg. What happened there? A spaghetti squash, apparently, and it exploded in the oven. Okay. Nobody knows what this is, but the Instapot exploded. I'm sure that's from Quatermass and the Pit, isn't it? They were trying to make a syrup. I tell you, you're gonna have a fine time trying to clean the pan. Just throw it away, buy a new pan. And finally, this is mac and cheese, which they, I think, put in the microwave but forgot to add water. I don't know. Yeah, not good. I think people are just trolling. People can't be that dumb, can they? Can they? Can they? I've got so many animal stories. It's not even funny. The ones I found yesterday, I'm going to have to hold back. Okay, how about this for an Airbnb? Do you feel like you need to be, I know, elevated? Do you want a visit that's going to lift your spirits? Well, this is a good one. This is an Airbnb this is in Albuquerque in New Mexico, and it's hosted by a fella called Carl Fredrickson. Now there's your clue there. There's your clue. You're not going to believe it. This is what it looks like. You're going to go, no, it can't be real, can it? But it is real. It looks like this. Yeah. And yes, it takes off. It has been hoisted up by a crane. And it has been created, here you go, to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the movie Up. I don't know if you know that film. It's a Pixar film where the old fella uses a load of balloons to go on a magical adventure, and the inside looks exactly like the movie too. But yeah, it's an Airbnb. It's exactly like the film. That's amazing. That is brilliant. That is really clever. It's exactly like the movie. God, I don't mind seeing that. But yeah, it's the original film was released in 2009, and yeah, you can. I don't know if you'd be able to. I can imagine it's a. Oh, it's a great movie, and that's a great Airbnb. But yeah, look it up on Airbnb, I guess. Book a stay. Yeah, it's unclear how much the Purple Rain experience will cost, that's what they're calling it, but according to the listing, guests will get the opportunity to sleep like the kid himself. Oh, that's the Prince one they're talking about. They're doing oh, good, there's even done one for the X-Men. There must be a number of these. I've just clicked on the Up one. There's also, they're doing an X-Men themed one. And that one's a Prince themed one, which I was mistakenly reading the. Right, so they've done a whole load of celebrity Airbnbs for you to go and discover. There you go. Meanwhile, they say that ravers never die, and this is true. This is Alan Groth. He's a raver that's been getting people's attention. He's 79 years old, and yeah, he's still raving. There you go. His nickname is Rave Pops, and that was him at the Ultra Music Festival in Miami in March. There he is. There he is. I'm sure he probably watches this. He's in the right demographic, isn't he? Don't worry, I've got animal stories. I've got so many animal stories. Let's go to Bridgham in Norfolk. And Linda Murdzun from Bridgham, she spotted a rare bird in her back garden, and it stayed there for 3 days. Here it is. Right, it's a hooppoo. Yeah. There it is. And again, it's easy to spot. And yeah, the hooppoo, right, doesn't normally come to the UK, and it does let off a smell of rotting meat. And it stayed in her garden for 3 days on its travels, and it has a very distinctive head crest. It's the size of a missel thrush, and normally it's seen in Europe, where it's migrating north from Africa. So there you go. Lady said, I opened up the blinds and couldn't believe what was in front of me, right by the back door. It was so close. I do have so many birds come to our garden because we feed them. And she managed to get the pictures. She said, I knew what it was straight away. I thought it might only stay a minute or two, so I thought I'd be very careful. And she was able to take multiple photographs. So there you go, a rare hooppoo. Meanwhile, Finn the cat. I've got a picture of Finn the cat. Here he is. Finn the cat's happy because he's been on a few travels, but he doesn't like to talk about it. Finn the cat disappeared from his home in Barnstable down in Devon, right, as an 8-week-old kitten. Yeah, 8-week-old kitten back in 2011. As he went out one evening and never came back. And owner Michelle Watkins searched for days. She put posters up and reported him missing to vets in the area and even the microchipping company that she used. She said Finn went out as usual one evening but disappeared without trace. I put up posters and leaflets through doors and reported him to the company he was chipped with. I'd got him as an 8-week-old kitten, and his disappearance was devastating. There was no sightings, and I feared the worst. But 12 years later, Miss Watkins received a phone call from the vet saying that they'd found a microchip cat just 2 miles away. Yeah, the chip was scanned and Watkins' details appeared. Finn had been found within an hour and was brought home. She said, I'm so happy to have him back. He's become semi-feral due to what we think he's been living rough. But he has been being fed by someone. But he's slowly settling back home and getting used to it. And wow, he's been out for 12 years. Look at that. What an adventure, eh? Shut up. God, these pop-ups, so loud, pop-ups these days. So yeah, he's been out and about. Oh, who knows what adventures Finn's had in those 12 years. He might have just been around the corner and she hadn't seen him. What an amazing story though. But he's home now. He's safe and sound. But they've used the story to remind cat owners that their cats need to be chipped. You've got to be chipped before, when is it? June the 10th, 2024. As new laws are coming in, which means you've got to chip your animals again. Our dogs have been chipped. It just makes sense. I think we'll leave it there. Blimey, it's busy in the chat today. 7 people, 3 likes. Payne's in this afternoon. Voted yet? I will be going out after lunch. Oz says voting. Is that local council voting? Yeah. Payne says, yeah. Oh, yes, yeah. Local mayoral and police commissioner elections. We've got, I think it's local council for us. Oz says thanks. Does it mean Khan will be voted out today? I doubt it. It's probably, I don't know, somebody likes him. We don't get the chance. Again, this is the real annoyance, is we're within the M25. We're directly affected by London transport. You know, we have the underground come out this way. We are literally within a spitting distance of ULEZ. We've got to be very careful where we drive because we can find ourselves in the ULEZ zone now. But we don't get a vote for London Mayor, and I don't think that's fair. I think everyone within the M25, or at least everywhere where the Underground or London Transport goes, we should get a vote, because we pay the fares and Khan controls all that, and it's not fair otherwise. It's very undemocratic. Sino is in. He says, good day. Andrew says, hello, Darren. I'm in. Just cut the grass. You're all knackered. You can come and do mine now. Come on. Andrew adds, those lightning shots will make great album covers. Indeed. Payne says, not had any thunderstorm case in South Wales. No, I've heard anything again. And Dr. Ross says, love over gold album cover. That's the Dire Straits, isn't it? Sino says, hope you didn't Minneapolis St Paul in the winter. Baby, it's cold out. No, it was the, I can't remember what it was, but it was the humidity. I noticed the humidity. It was very humid. Andrew says, I thought Thriller would have sold more. Yeah, that's another one, isn't it? You know, also Brothers in Arms. You know, the Dire Straits one. That was a big one, wasn't it, back in the day? Tubular Bells sold a few, yeah, indeed. Dog Cam, yeah, she's here. She's here. I can do it. I can do it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. She's fast asleep. Absolutely fast asleep. It's good because she's settling down now, where she does actually sleep for long periods of time rather than being on all the time. She actually does kid. Queen's Greatest Hits is the biggest selling ever in the UK. Well, I thought it would have done a bit better than Oasis. Eagles, yeah, there's another one. Runs in, says hi, all right, Clive. Robert says, Alnwich. Well, I don't look. I'm not a bloody sheep shagger, am I? Jesus Christ, give me a break. I didn't have enough phlegm in the back of my throat. Come on. Andrew says, how much is it, Darren? I'll buy it for you. I don't know. What were we talking about? I don't know. Yeah, I'll have it all. Just send it to the usual address. Payne says that flat was more of a in-suite than en-suite. Yeah, very small. Everything. They squeeze everything in, don't they? Payne says Sparkles looks like Fraggle Rock. Yeah, it does. It's weird, and Andrew likes them. Oh, dogs from the voting dogs. Yeah. Oh, says you could make a Black Mirror episode out of Finn's story. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily Black Mirror, but you can certainly do a little thing about what he's been up to, couldn't you? So says the Adventures of Finn could make a good movie. Yeah, exactly, and especially if he's only like and he was only 2 miles away, and of course every so often there'd be an image of him sitting on a wall, and his owner would walk by without recognising him or not realising it's there. It'd be a comedy. We can make it a comedy. Maybe he's actually avoiding her. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, we'll finish there. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel one video at a time. You know you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.